March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, a Boeing 777, stood ready at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Its destination, Beijing, China. A routine flight flown countless times. Passengers boarded, families, business travelers, tourists, expecting a safe, uneventful journey. The crew, led by Captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah and co-pilot Fariq Hamid, completed their checks. Everything was normal. The plane was cleared for takeoff, engines roaring as it lifted into the night sky. On the ground, all seemed perfect, a flight beginning its journey into darkness. MH370 followed its planned route northeast over the Malay Peninsula. Air traffic controllers tracked its progress, pilots calmly reporting their position and altitude. Passengers settled in, some sleeping, others watching movies, while the plane soared above the world. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane approached Vietnamese airspace, Malaysian air traffic control instructed the crew to contact Ho Chi Minh City. The response, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Ordinary words now haunting. The last ever heard from MH370. Moments later, the flight would vanish, leaving behind a mystery that would grip the world. At 1:21 a.m., just 2 minutes after that final sign-off, MH370 vanished from radar. Its transponder stopped transmitting, switched off, or failed. On air traffic control screens, the plane's blip simply disappeared. Vietnamese controllers waited for contact. None came. Repeated calls went unanswered. Only static filled the air. Malaysian controllers tried as well. Silence. At first, it seemed like a technical glitch, but as minutes passed, unease grew. No distress call, no emergency signal, nothing. Pilots are trained to communicate in crisis, but from MH370, there was only silence. The lack of any message suggested something sudden, catastrophic, or deliberate. The plane had vanished, not just from radar, but from the world. In those silent moments, MH370 crossed from routine flight into unprecedented mystery. The search for answers was about to begin. As dawn broke, the world learned a passenger jet was missing. Families gathered at airports, desperate for news, but there were no answers. Malaysia Airlines had nothing to report. The plane was simply gone. An international search began, focusing on the South China Sea. Ships and aircraft scoured the ocean looking for any sign, debris, oil slicks, anything. But the sea revealed nothing. The search area was vast, the ocean deep. Days passed. Hope for rescue faded, replaced by grim reality. The world watched, captivated and horrified, as speculation grew. The lack of answers was agonizing for families trapped in limbo, unable to grieve or move on. The disappearance sent shockwaves through aviation. How could a modern jet simply vanish? The incident exposed vulnerabilities in tracking and safety no one had imagined. The mystery was no longer just about a missing plane, it was about the limits of our technology and our certainty.
The evidence pointed south. The search moved to a new desolate home.
By analyzing these pings, experts drew two possible arcs, north and south.
Inmarsat satellites received automatic pings from the plane, proving it was still flying for hours.
The military radar track ended, but there was one last clue, a satellite handshake.
The flight path appeared intentional, calculated, but why?
The plane flew for hours, turning south over the Indian Ocean, until it likely ran out of fuel.
The focus shifted to the Indian Ocean, one of the most remote places on Earth.
Military data revealed the plane was still flying, under control, heading away from its intended path.
This changed everything. The search in the South China Sea was in the wrong place.
After vanishing, the plane made a sharp, deliberate turn west, flying back across the Malay Peninsula. It became a ghost on the radar, moving silently through the night.
Military radar, unlike civilian, can track objects even if their transponders are off.
Civilian radar lost the plane, but military radar picked up something strange.
Every theory left unanswered questions. The truth remained hidden in silence.
Fringe theories, shoot down, secret cargo, hidden landing, captured imaginations but lacked evidence.
But no group claimed responsibility. No demands were made. The motive remains unclear.
Hijacking was considered someone taking control and disabling systems.
Another theory, catastrophic mechanical failure like a fire or decompression, disabling communications and crew. The plane could have flown on autopilot until fuel ran out, but this doesn't explain the deliberate turns.
Investigators found a flight simulator in the captain's home with a route ending in the southern Indian Ocean. A chilling clue, but not proof.
The most prominent pilot involvement. Could one have crashed the plane deliberately?
With no wreckage or black boxes, only theories remained.
The search for MH370 became the most expensive in aviation history. covering a vast area of the southern Indian Ocean. Underwater drones and sonar scanned the seabed, but the main wreckage was never found. The black boxes remain lost, their secrets sealed in the deep. Some clues surfaced. Debris washed ashore on African coasts and islands like Reunion. A flaperon confirmed the plane crashed into the Indian Ocean, but offered no answers as to why. In 2017, the official search was suspended. A private search in 2018 also found nothing. For families, the lack of resolution is a wound that won't heal. A tragedy compounded by mystery. Today, more than a decade later, MH370 remains aviation's greatest unsolved case. It's a stark reminder of the limits of our technology and the enduring power of the unknown. The story endures, a perfect mystery, with just enough clues for endless speculation, but never enough for closure. What happened to Malaysia Airlines Flight 370? The world is still waiting for an answer.